This is the bass practice guide for the Barcarolle. It's at the end of the 6-period solo packet. Big concept that is new for this piece is 6/8. Your meter is different. Everything we've done so far has been either with a 4 in the bottom number or a 2 in the bottom number for like a cut time piece. With 6/8, there are 6 eighth notes in a measure, and the eighth note gets the small beat. So an example, if you look at, we'll look at 2 places. We'll look first at measure 6. We have 2 dotted quarter notes in the measure, and that's it. Well, how many eighths are in a dotted quarter? 3. 3 times 2 is 6. So here I'm tapping eighth notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I play measure 6 while I clap the eighth notes, it sounds this way. 1. Here it is again. So that's what we get. The other place I want to show you is like letter D, where you see you have 6 eighth notes in the measure, and the eighth notes are grouped into 3. In 6/8, you'll see the eighth notes grouped together into 3, not in pairs of 2. So if I play letter D, all the eighth notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The other way of thinking in 6/8 is if you divide 3 and 3 into 2 big beats, and it ends up being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It kind of gets a little bit of a swingy feel, and that's for faster speeds. This is a slower piece, so we can think more about all the eighth notes together. So starting from the beginning, I'm just going to play the first, probably till about A, and then break down this rhythm for you. To letter A. So the rhythm that you have here sounds like this: 1 and 3, 1 and 3. So it's almost like a dotted quarter and a 4/4 or a 3/4, but in 6/8 in the slowest tempo, I think this way: 1 and 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's your counting for the first measure. The dotted 8th, 16th plus an eighth note happens quite a bit. Just know that it sounds this way: 1 and 3, all in one bow, down and down. Then the eighth notes are just in time: 4, 5, 6. When we look at measure 4, you have the rhythm quarter plus eighth. So quarter note would get beats 1 and 2, and then the single eighth note would be beat 3. Then the dotted quarter is 4, 5, 6. So counting, well, I'll pitch while I count so you can hear my counting better. For measure 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Without the extra numbers, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. So with the bow, it sounds this way. Then we get the same rhythm at measure 5 as we had in measure 3, but different notes: 1 and 3, 4, 5, 6. Then measure 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And notice that I play these G's. I play almost all the G's in this piece with a 4th finger, 2nd position G. That way I don't play the open string. So that's the fingering that you should use at letter G. Then measure 7, we get the same rhythm, but different notes. For this, F sharp and G, you should shift up. E, shift up, F sharp, G. G, F sharp, shift back, E. So your fingering is 1, shift, 2, 4, 4, 2, shift back, 1. This way. Then measure 9, 5, 6 is the same rhythm as measure 6, but different notes. Measure 10 starts with a dotted quarter: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here's this whole section again from what's measure 3 to measure 10. I'll try to count as best as I can while I play. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Shift 5, 6. 1, shift and 3, 4, 5. Shift 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Letter A is the exact same as the beginning. It starts this way and then starts to shift a little bit into a different place. So at measure 14 and 15, do the same fingering you did at measure 6 and 7. Where it changes is 17. So here's 17, 18. 1. With counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you'll notice that in measure 18, the only thing you see in that measure is a dotted half. That's because inside of a dotted half, there are 6 eighth notes. It's the same in 3/4. So a dotted half is almost the same as a whole note in 6/8. There is a bow lift at letter B. So instead of holding this for the full 6 eighth notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I hold it for 5 and do a bow lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I lift the bow and go to letter B. So here's letter B, a little bit faster. 2, 3. Back to letter C. Couple of tempo things. Again, letter B is suddenly a little bit quicker. And then in measure 26, the word slower is printed. That means for you to slow down back to the original tempo for letter C. So breaking down some of the fingering, letter B, first position, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Adjust my angle so my bow doesn't get in the way. At 20, I start in first position. First, shift up to third. Then you play in third position for that measure. And then 21, instead of going back to first and third, I just pivot back, put my first finger on the B. First finger B, first finger C for these notes. So 21, your fingering is 1, 1, 4, 4, 1. Then shift back, first position, 2, 3. I'll play that passage for you again, starting from 20. Start in first position. First shift third. 4, 5, 6. Reach back. 1, 1. 4, 1, 2, 3. Going forward. First position. 2, 3. Then here I shift into second position. You can do that 2 ways. You can do 1, 4, 4. Or you can do 1 shift 2, 4. What you need to realize is that in second position, your second finger is on B, your fourth finger is on C. So here's this passage. I'll start from 23. First position, 2, 3, 24. Second position, shift back to first position, third position, back to first. Then you're back in first for the rest of this. So I'll do that passage again from letter B, a little bit quicker. I'll try to count through this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Letter C. 4, 5, 6. And then the C is the same as the beginning. So that's kind of that little section. It's important to realize that your eighth notes in 6/8 are not the same as a triplet. They're just grouped together in groupings of 3. I'm going to go forward to where it's different at letter D. Letter D says lively, so you can interpret that to mean maybe play a little bit faster. I'm going to keep it slow for now so you can follow all the notes. Starting in first position, then shift up to third position on the top D, and then we're going to go backwards. Fourth finger D, shift back, C natural, B, C. So I do 4, shift 2, 1, 2. Again, that fingering is 4, 2, 1, 2. Without saying anything in tempo, letter D. So that's the section. Again, the rhythm would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 37 on the open string, go back to first position. Then shift up fourth finger on the C. 4, 2, shift back, 1, 4. So this is the second position shift. 37. Second position. First position. And again, you have the option of going A, fourth finger B, shift, fourth finger C, or A, shift, second finger B, fourth finger C. And then we go forward. 39 is similar. Same fingering. Where we do that 1-to-1 shift. Go back to first position at 41. Third, first, and then actually letter E continues the same speed, so letter E is the same thing, and then when you get to 50, that's when you go slower. F, like it says, as at first, means just to play like the beginning, so it's all just like the beginning until we get to the very end. Notice the end, the bowing is a little bit different. It's a little bit different. So the last 2 measures where it says slowly, you have open A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On beat 6, you need to change to a down bow, and I would play this with second finger F sharp. That way you end up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3. Fourth finger high G, first finger second position on the low G. So here's that section with, I'll try to talk through the bowing since you can't see my bow. Down, 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 up, down, up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3. So the big concept with this is 6/8. That's what makes this solo a quote-unquote difficult solo, and that's why it's towards the back of the packet.